Hi, welcome back to Dawn's Little Cakes. I'm going to talk today about something near and dear to my heart that many great cake decorators have talked about, and it is covering your board. I know some of you still don't believe it makes a difference, but I'm telling you, you can ask an extra $10 for your cakes just because you spent a couple dollars and did the board. It just looks so much more professional. We all will have extra hunks of fondant lying around. You can color coordinate it. I've done many little things on boards before. I did one that was a sports theme, and I cut out little circles and made a golf, and I had a football and a bunch of other ones. And you know, very simple, easy to do. Adds that little bit of, you took some time to make sure it was perfect, and your customer appreciates that. So I'm going to roll out my fondant. And I am rolling it really thin. You won't believe how much fondant I'm not going to use. Because that seems to be one of the biggest things. Oh, well, my fondant, well, I use LMF, extremely cost effective, for the cost of using fondant in Canada. I mean, it still costs, it's $24 for a box of Wilton fondant. We don't have any coupons up here for that. It's an everyday low price, so they get you on that one every time. You have to pay $24. The smaller ones are $17.99, but that's only 1 pound, where the big box is 5.5 pounds, so obviously much more cost effective. Also, a bag of marshmallows is, if you can get it on sale, $1.99. Usually they're $2.47 to $2.99 for a bag of marshmallows. And then you've got your bag of icing sugar, which runs $3.99 if you buy it regular price. I buy it in bulk from the wholesalers. So for 20 kilograms, I get it for $30. So what does all that come down to? That means that out of a 5.5 pound box of Wilton fondant, I get myself 23 pounds fondant. So if you add it all up, it's maybe $6-7 for 5 pounds, which isn't too bad. And in the States, I know you can do it a lot cheaper than that, but we can't, so that's what we're stuck with. So I've rolled out my fondant. As you saw, super thin. I am not trying by any means to have any thickness on this. This is an add-on. It is not something necessary. I'm actually doing a gingerbread workhouse tomorrow night, so this is going to be the board. And I originally made the gingerbread house, I've already set up the classroom, on round boards. I prefer round boards because they don't take as much area, so they don't take as much fondant to cover. Couldn't get round boards. Also, drum boards are expensive here. You're paying $3 a board. These are $2.99 for the bigger square, so I went with the 12-inch square. So I'm just going to cut off some of this excess and take my paintbrush here. Going to give it a little whip around here, throw a little bit of water, make sure you get those corners just slightly damp, no more. I'm going to roll up this fondant, and you can see how thin this is, like it's thin. Roll it up. Set my board underneath, roll it back on. Done. That's simple. Now, the board is covered, and again, you can keep thinning that a little bit more so that you're really not using too much fondant at all. I am going to emboss this mat because, again, I don't like just a plain board. I like to have a little something. So I've just got this little mat. It has some hearts, and you can't see it because it's covered in corn flour right now, but corn starch, but you will see it when I roll it out. So I'm just going to line that up on the corners of my mat. Use my roller, give it a little press. It just gives a little bit. We're making, like I said, a gingerbread house, so I want a little bit of a snowy effect. You can pick anything you want. You can do cobblestones, you can do squares, you can do whatever you want. I'm just looking for something a little whimsical, so that's why I'm going with this. There we go. And it also thins again when you roll out your sheet. I'm just going to take my fondant smoother and I'm just going to go around that edge. This just makes it a tad bit easier to cut. Stab myself. Take my nice sharp knife, make sure it's really sharp. X-Acto knives are great, but I find they're a little costly. I pay, $7 or $8 for a pack of blades up here, and if I use one blade per cake, I'm not really making much money. I can go to the dollar store and get a package of 12 of these super, super sharp paring knives for $3 and just recycle them when I'm done. So, very cost effective to buy the knives, and I like the round angle. We cannot get that surgeon blade here either. We have to have the square blade, and I just don't like it as much as a round blade. I can do a lot more with a round blade. Just got a little spot there that I'm not happy with. And again, it's a gingerbread house. We're going to make this look like snow, and then we're going to add snow on it. So perfection is not necessary. I'm just messing around. Now, I made a template of the gingerbread house. Another big thing with covering the boards, you're thinking, oh, look at all that wasted area. Oh my God, I'm going to put a cake on that. No one's ever going to see that. Well, take it away. This is how big my gingerbread house is. That's my back door. Don't need a lot of my back door. I want a walkway. I want some trees. I want some different things. So I'm just going to center that on my board, cut it out. That is why I only went around the edges with the water, because I knew I didn't want this all sticky. There we go, grab it, pull it out, Bob's your uncle, little press down, there you are, and you saw the lump of fondant that I started with, and as you can see, I can do 2 or 3 more boards with this amount. So, whatever your reasons and wherever you don't do it, cover your boards. This is a sample of what I'm going to do. Again, like I said, I couldn't get the boards that I wanted. So I ended up going with these square boards. And I just had some excess lying around of some thicker drum boards. I had cut a board for a project that I'd done, and so what I did is I just cut some little flops off of it, set it down. That will be, if I had done that, on top of that, because I found out I can't roll after the fact. That's going to go like that. I'm going to take my ribbon, and I'm going to glue on these little boards, right just around the edges of all these little corners. So I'm not gluing the whole thing. Glue that around. Corner, 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 corner. It now looks like you have a drum board, but your customers can pick it up. Their fingers fit under it easily, and you haven't spent the cost of a drum board. Just a little something different. So cover your boards and stay tuned for more board covering. Have a great day.